Pain did not change who Job was. The trial revealed who Job had been all along. Then the testing continued. Satan was allowed to afflict Job's body. Painful sores covered him from head to foot. The man who once sat among respected leaders now sat in ashes, scraping himself with a broken piece of pottery.
Check out purposelyhere.com where you will find my self-published book. Purposelyhere.com also has exclusive merchandise for men, women, and kids. Purposelyhere.com is also available on your mobile devices. Stay tuned and enjoy the video.
Welcome back. Today we're continuing our Great Men of Scripture series by looking at a man whose name is often connected with suffering. But I don't believe suffering is what made Job great. Suffering simply revealed the man he already was. It's easy to say we trust the Most High when life is going well. It's much harder when everything begins to fall apart. So today, let's look at Job and see what the scripture reveals about his character. The book of Job opens by introducing us to a man living in the land of Uz. Before mentioning his wealth, his family, or anything he owned, the scripture tells us who he was. Job 1:1 says, "There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Elohim and eschewed evil." The first thing the Most High wants us to know about Job isn't what he possessed. It's who he was. His character came before his possessions. Job feared the Most High. He turned away from evil. That is what defined him. Scripture goes on to tell us that Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned thousands of sheep, camels, oxen, and donkeys. He had many servants. By every earthly measure, Job was an incredibly successful man. Yet none of those blessings were the reason the Most High called him upright. Don't miss that. The blessings were the result. His character came first. Then the scene shifts from the earth to heaven. Satan appears before the Most High, and the Most High says, "Hast thou considered my servant Job?" Imagine that. Job had no idea this conversation was taking place. He woke up that morning just like any other day. He didn't know his faithfulness was about to be tested. Satan answered that Job only served the Most High because he had been blessed. Take away the hedge of protection, take away his possessions, take away his comfort, and according to Satan, Job would curse the Most High. That accusation still exists today. Many people believe faith only lasts as long as life is comfortable. Job's life would prove otherwise. In a single day, everything changed. One servant came running to tell Job that the oxen and donkeys had been stolen. Before he finished speaking, another servant arrived saying fire had destroyed the sheep. Another came saying the camels had been taken. Then another delivered news no parent ever wants to hear. A great wind had struck the house where all Job's children were gathered. Every one of them died. Can you imagine receiving that much loss in a matter of moments? Everything Job had built seemed to disappear. So what did he do? Job 1 tells us, "Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshiped." Notice that. Job didn't pretend everything was fine. He grieved, he mourned, but in the middle of his grief, he worshiped. Then he said, "Naked came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. Yahweh gave, and Yahweh taketh away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh." The chapter closes with these words, "In all this Job sinned not, nor charged Elohim foolishly." What a testimony. Pain did not change who Job was. The trial revealed who Job had been all along. Then the testing continued. Satan was allowed to afflict Job's body. Painful sores covered him from head to foot. The man who once sat among respected leaders now sat in ashes, scraping himself with a broken piece of pottery. His suffering wasn't hidden. Everyone could see it. Even Job's wife reached her breaking point. She said, "Curse Elohim and die." It's easy to read those words and immediately judge her. But remember, she had buried 10 children too. She was grieving just as deeply. Her words were wrong, but her pain was real. Job answered, "What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Elohim? Shall we not receive evil?" Again, scripture says Job did not sin with his lips. Notice something here. Job wasn't pretending to understand everything. He simply refused to abandon the Most High because life became difficult. That kind of faith isn't built overnight. It's built day after day through a relationship with the Most High. Then Job's 3 friends arrived. For 7 days, they sat beside him without saying a word. At first, they did exactly what a hurting person often needs. They were simply present. But eventually, they began speaking. Instead of comforting Job, they assumed his suffering had to be the result of sin. In their minds, bad things only happen to bad people. The book of Job teaches us to be careful with that kind of thinking. We don't know every reason someone suffers. Only the Most High sees the whole picture. Job spent chapter after chapter asking questions. He poured out his heart. He admitted his pain. He longed for answers. There is a difference between questioning your circumstances and rejecting the Most High. Job never stopped seeking him. If you're enjoying this teaching so far, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share it with someone who enjoys learning from the scriptures. Your support helps these teachings reach more people, and I truly appreciate every one of you. Finally, the Most High answered, but he didn't explain everything that happened. Instead, he asked Job questions. Where was thou when I laid the foundation of the earth? Can thou command the morning? Knowest thou the ordinance of heaven? Question after question reminded Job that the wisdom of the Most High is far greater than the understanding of man. Job realized something all of us need to remember. We don't have to understand everything to trust the one who does. Job humbled himself before the Most High, not because he finally had all the answers, but because he finally understood that the Most High's wisdom is beyond human understanding. In the end, the Most High restored Job. His health returned. His wealth was restored. He was blessed with children again. He lived a long life and saw future generation. But I don't believe restoration is the greatest lesson in Job's story. The greatest lesson is that Job remained faithful before the restoration ever came. His worship wasn't dependent on receiving everything back. His faith wasn't built on possessions. It was built on the one he served. And as we bring this to a close, I want you to think about the kind of character the scriptures are showing us. Job wasn't fearless. He wasn't emotionless. He wasn't untouched by grief. He wept. He questioned. He suffered. But through it all, he continued to fear the Most High. If you're praying that the Most High bless you with a husband one day, don't become so focused on finding someone who succeeds that you overlook someone who remains faithful. Success comes and goes. Health comes and goes. Money comes and goes. But a man who fears the Most High in every season is a man whose foundation is built on something far greater than circumstances. Job reminds us that true character is revealed when life becomes difficult. That's the kind of man the scriptures commend. Thank you for joining me as we continue our Great Men of Scripture series. If this teaching encouraged you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, continue seeking wisdom, continue searching the scriptures, and above all, continue drawing closer to the Most High. And until next time, you all be safe. Make sure you check out my website, purposelyhere.com, where you can find all 3 of my self-published books. All right, you all, be safe and peace.